Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. Welcome back to the AFL Armchair Advisors. It is our second to last show of the regular season for AFL season 2022. I am Rich, the host of the Armchair Advisors, and I shall be bringing you yet another 9 massive games for rounds 22, in which we're going to have a look at everything. We're looking at who's winning and why. We're looking at who's losing and why. We're going to look at predictions. We're going to look at bets. We've got a couple of whopping great segments for you. As shows go, this one's an absolute birther, I tell you what. So first things first, before you go any further, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, do us a favour. That's all we ask for. You've done that? You've done that?
I hope so.
Have you done? All right, good. Thank you. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Now, of course, joining me every week, I'm cheering. We've got the gang all back together. Joining me is the man that gave me COVID, but we're going to put that to the side because he loves his ball sports. He loves big stonks. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And he loves bulk stats. It is Sensible Dan. How you feeling, mate?
I've been better, mate.
Really?
I've been better. Last week on this show, I said I was excited because the Premier League was back. That literally lasted all of 15 minutes because Manchester United are the shittest team
dumped
in the Premier League. And it hurts me to my core.
In sports.
And it's only week 1.
Yeah, it's not good, mate. It's really not good.
Well, it can only get
I'm
better.
excited for NFL season. We're almost there.
Exactly, yeah.
We're almost there.
It can only get better from here. Except, of course, for this next part. Now, we welcome back a man who loves a boast but hates a roast. And he loves a laugh but hates a bath. It is our global field correspondent, Desmond Van Bus. He's back with us. How you going, man?
I'm good, and I'm glad that you guys are still with us after Rona. Turns out I'm just indestructible, mate.
It would appear.
I've had it once, never again.
Or, similar to his testosterone and sperm levels, Dan's coronavirus particles were so weak that they couldn't even travel the expanse of this desk in order to infect you.
What does that say about you?
That I'm clearly the weakest.
Low test.
110%. I'm sitting here with my legs crossed. You can't tell.
They don't call Jonathan Kuminga the cum bucket, and they don't call me the Des bucket for no reason, all right?
It's almost like they don't call him the Des bucket whatsoever. I tell you
I've heard
what,
it before.
we've got some whopping great games to get into and some massive segments. Now, boys, look, Bill Shankly. Bill Shankly, your mate, once famously said that football is not a matter of life and death. Mm-hmm. I can assure you it's far more important than that. Mm-hmm. We're not taking it seriously this week. It's game show night. 2 massive segments, game show related. Get keen for them. We are going to leap into the Friday night game. Desmond's playing with his dolls.
Leap into the Friday night game.
Dan's got the lappy up. It's all systems go. Friday night at Marvel Stadium. St Kilda Saints, Brisbane Lions. Big implications for the final series. This too. Teams in particular. Dan, what do you reckon?
Jesus Christ. This is genuinely one of the only games this round with some actual intrigue about it.
Gusto.
And even then, bit iffy on how much intrigue there actually is. We saw the best of Brisbane last week. We gave them a bit of shit on the show last week, and they rightly deserved it. They still let Carlton back in towards the end of the game, which I didn't appreciate too much. They let Carlton kick 8 goals won in the last quarter.
Shameful.
They were never going to get back into it, but 8 goals in a quarter is a lot. St Kilda, we know. What do?
Love to lose.
Apart from suck, yeah, correct.
Yeah, like to lose important games. They can rapid fire, but not
correct.
That's it.
That's exactly right. St Kilda can kick goals very quickly. So that's the only thing with this contest. If St Kilda get on one, Lions could be in a bit of trouble. I'm going to be taking the Lions 1-39 because I just don't believe in the Saints at all at this point.
I do not see a path at all. Like really, the Geelong game was only close in the first quarter because St Kilda kicked accurately and they got a couple of rapid fire goals, but Geelong dominated the entire game like they do. But when you look at St Kilda against other people, they're getting dominated. It's not like it's it's just that they're in Geelong. That's all right. Let's win the next 2 games and let's hope we're going to make finals because they're not. They're not going to beat Brisbane here. Brisbane are going to get a nice win in Victoria, boost the confidence a little bit before finals. It'll be nice to see. I can honestly see them winning this quite comfortably. Probably, I'd say 25 plus.
In terms of expectation and performance on the year, I feel like Carlton and St Kilda are very much similar. Probably the 2 most similar teams in that likeness. At the start of the season, the list had everything wanted for nothing in both instances. The expectations were huge. Finals this year or bust. No excuse not to.
Yep.
Underwhelming. I think, for both. Now Carlton have lost something like 4 of their last 5, something along those lines.
In that vicinity.
In that vicinity, that's not good enough. And the Saints are going along the same path. So why would you expect it to be any different a result here? The fact that it's being played in Victoria, I mean, if you're a genuine finals contender, as Brisbane wants to be seen as, shouldn't matter. You should be able to go to Marvel. It's not the G. You should be able to go there and tip the Saints over. It should be a 40-point winning.
Absolutely.
I don't see why not. Zorko back, that's the key though.
Yep.
That really is clear to me that Brisbane Lions side with Zorko in it, directing traffic here, there and everywhere. He had, 22 touches?
Well, not only that, but he just he adds a bit of fire. I mean, so some of the stuff he does, questionable. Can you say it's always the brightest things to do? Not really, but barometer. He adds a bit of hardness to the team, and I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think he definitely improves that team
massively.
Tenfold.
Now, I'm concerned that the Saints, they've had a bit of a trend this year. They get got off of a hot start. If the Oppo gets going early, they'll find it difficult to claw their way back in, similar to what we've seen Carlton with. And I as I said, I genuinely don't see why this should be too much of a different game to what the Brisbane-Carlton game was last week. In Victoria, maybe that's a little bit, I don't know. But as you mentioned, St Kilda got a bad habit of losing ones they should win and winning ones they should lose.
Well,
so
their season's on the line. I'm just looking here. Got the live ladder up. They need to win the next 2, obviously, to make finals.
Who have they got next week?
Sydney at home. Sydney at home, which is not good if you saw earlier in the year the Sydney and St Kilda game.
No,
they
it's
got
not.
absolutely pantsed, and it's a horrible matchup for them. So do you think that makes any difference?
How
Season
desperate?
on the line.
How desperate is St Kilda?
How desperate can a
Not
Saint
desperate
be?
enough to win.
Yep.
Brisbane 40 plus. I'm doing it.
40 plus?
I'm doing it.
Yeah, nice.
I've got no faith in the Saints. I'm an atheist this week.
That's fair.
None at all.
That's
None
very
at
fair. I
all.
was a bit disappointed to see Hanbury go down again as well.
What did you expect, man?
Well, nothing. I expected exactly that, but I was just hoping that it would be different this time.
They've got to cut him.
Correct.
I'm sorry. He's just got to go.
Absolutely.
Been a servant, tried his guts out, got back. What are you doing, man? Clogging. You're clogging. Sorry, Saints fans. I just don't see it this year. Better luck next year. As Happy
Brisbane are paying
as
like
Happy Gilmore was ice
$1.60,
hockey coach once said.
Brisbane paying $1.60, are they? I'll have a check now. You read your bets.
If
And
so,
I'll
that's
have a
not
look
bad.
at
Dan,
head-to-head.
please.
I've got Mason Wood for another goal.
Would he?
He's done it in 4 of his last 5, and that is $1.96.
Not bad.
That's,
You hearing that?
That's good value, right?
You hearing that?
I've got Callum Wilkie for 15 plus. I said he would get 15 plus last week because he was due. What do you reckon he got?
About 16.
He got 15 on the nose.
Oh, did he?
Which I love. We love players who just get to what we ask him to get to and stop. That's fine. And Dane Zorko for 20 plus. You just mentioned him. He's had 20 plus in his 3 games back into the team. Why would he not continue this week?
Precisely. So I did also have Zorko in my little bets this week. Now I've just picked through, had a look at what odds I like the look of. Not necessarily a multi. Do what you want with them. Although having said that, last week all of my games, my picks in the Hawthorn game got up. That was a $12 multi if you'd have gone with that. So here's hoping we can shimmy shake onto a few more this week. Look, Zorko 20 plus, McCluggage, Steele 425 a piece. Thank you. Brad Crouch as well for 25. Why not throw him in there? Because he's hitting a real rich vein of form in this back end of the season. Yes. Beast Mode Matheson. 15 disposals, please.
Hey, you love him, don't you?
He had something like 24 on the weekend. He's not gone under 18 for the last couple of games he's played, and he's still paying stupid odds just for 15 touches.
A Don.
He is a Don, and I love him. Who else did I have here? Yeah, Matheson, and then I had a bit of mail cross my desk on a bloke to look out for. Apparently Lincoln McCarthy. A known goal kicker. I looked at the odds. They were good. I thought he'll have a goal at any time of the game. Lincoln McCarthy. If chuck all of them together, it's only about 6 legs, paying about $7.
Not bad.
Just a nice little one.
What were they paying?
$1.60, and I like them at the line. So they got to win 10 plus, $1.90. 10 plus at $1.90 is a little multi-stuffer on a Friday night.
It's Desbet.
You have to add that in. On a Friday night, come on.
It's Desbet.
Kick the weekend off right.
Indeed. All right, let's rip into the big Saturday games here. There's a lot on the slate. Starting with the old foes. The old foes who are playing for the inaugural Kelly Underwood Volume 1 Dictionary set. It is the Bulldog team versus the Orange team. Desmond, who's winning?
The orange team. Come off it, love. Come off
You
it.
obviously saw
I know,
this.
I saw it, and it was very funny.
It was very, very funny.
It wasn't like we have a laugh. Dennis Cometti would never. Bruce McAvaney would never.
There's not another commentator alive who would ever.
Sandy Roberts.
I have never thought of them as the orange team.
Well, that's because they've got a name that you would refer to, which you would know of.
I know it, but I don't think I should say it.
So tell me, how's GSW going this week?
I
Des?
don't
What's
know
happening?
how SWG is going, but they're losing. That's what's going to happen. They're losing. Doesn't matter what colour they are. Doesn't matter what their name is. The team from Western Sydney are not going to beat the Dogs. Dogs are. I know they were disappointing, underwhelming. I think they were against Freo, but Freo showed a little bit like their vein of form. Showed a little bit of earlier in the year, which is nice to see from Freo. But Doggy's going to make finals here. I'm making that call. Doggy's going to make finals. They're winning the next two. Can't convince me. Cannot convince me otherwise. Carlton losing the next two. So there's your preview for the next game. You guys can subscribe and pack up.
Back up.
Just kidding, guys. Stay on, please. I need it because otherwise I will get bullied if everyone stops viewing the pod.
He's getting bullied.
But Carlton aren't making the 8. Dogs going to sneak in, so that means they have to win this. And they're going to smash the Giants anyway. What have Giants done in the last 5 weeks?
They won last week.
Yeah, but they are in big trouble this week. Toby Green's
They
out
won last
for
week.
the rest of the year. Thumb surgery, he's done. I'm actually looking forward to this, though. This game had a 230-point total earlier on this year. These two teams
What was the score in the end, though?
105, 125.
Jeez, that's not bad, is it?
Equaling 230 points.
Yeah, but Toby Green played that?
He did.
Of course he did.
Yeah, and did he kick 50 of those
I think he kicked about 7.
Yeah, I was going to say, kick 50 of those points. There you go. So there you go. Same score, take away 50.
But if the Dogs kick another 125, 140, I'll gladly take that.
Yeah,
That's
to Giants 50.
I think you've already said everything, really. So I'm going to take the Dogs 1-39.
I've also got the Dogs 1-39. Even though I'm just worried like they're looking less and less likely to pull out an A grade cast iron solid goal performance week in week out.
They don't have to. Giants are just not good enough.
They're staying in the dips longer, and even if they slink into finals, they'll get mashed week 1, and that should be a massive story. Why is that not a massive story? Grand finalists one year. Genuinely looking like they could miss finals this year, and everyone's just staying.
Yeah, but Crows did
licked
that.
up
It's
about
not uncommon. Like we've
Yeah,
seen.
why
it
did the
before.
Crows do that?
Well,
Exactly.
everyone seems to know now.
Yeah, well, apparently.
It is a big story. I mean, at the end of the day, their list hasn't changed a colossal amount. There's been a bit of turnover, but
The Dogs?
Dogs.
Yeah, no, they've still got the core.
in theory, should have easily made finals.
Massive,
I reckon at the start of the year, all three of us would have tipped them for top 4.
Well, certainly finals. I can't remember what it's
I
probably
think I
top
said
6.
top 4.
You know,
I think
and so certainly top 6. There's no way we had them missing the 8. It's a colossal failure.
I just don't understand why the intensity just goes missing. It doesn't make sense to me. But look, they're winning this game. I'll let you know now, GWS's 2 wins that they've had this year outside of Sydney have been against North Melbourne and the Adelaide Crows.
Well, there you go.
Fellow cellar dwellers.
There
So
you
what
go.
do you think they're going to do? Rock up to Marvel and sneak a win without Toby Green? I don't think
When
so.
dog season is on the line, Dogs lose this. Obviously, it's over. Dogs are not losing this. There you go.
Too much at stake.
$1.20 or something is another fluffer for you, multi.
Easy little fluffer. And in terms of fluffers, Cal Ward, Harrison, Himmelberg, Harry Perryman, all to have 20 disposals.
You worried about Himmelberg going forward?
No, because every time they've done that, they've realised that it's just a bad move.
But that's when Toby Green's in the team.
Nah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, is what I'm thinking.
It is broke. Everything in that team is broken.
Except Himmelberg and his role.
All right.
No,
You
I
say
like
so.
it. I'm rolling. I still rate his output.
He's paying $1.20 to kick a goal this week.
It's not bad.
That should tell you all you need to know.
Have both. What? ¿Por qué no los dos? Why don't we do both?
All right.
Hey, stranger things, my friend, stranger things. All I see is value, and I like value. So, Himmelberg, Ward, Perryman, 20 disposals. Have Himmelberg for a goal, I don't even care. Ed Richards, 20 disposals as well.
Absolutely.
Was paying I bet you've got that written down.
I do.
What was that paying?
$1.53.
Yum.
Done it in 5 straight.
5 straight, thank you very much. And Lockie Whitfield, 20 plus disposals as well. All of that together is about $6, $7, somewhere in there.
Nice. I had Dunks for a goal, $1.43.
Yep.
Done it in his last 3. And Liberatore for 25 plus, $1.55.
Why Libba?
Because he gets 25 most weeks.
There you
I
go.
also have a multi.
There's Bet.
He is in the mix every single week for 25 disposals. And $1.55, why not?
Why not? Help
Des
yourself.
Bet.
Here's a multi.
Des Bet.
It's paying $4.20. $4.20.
Blaze it.
You're gonna go, and it's not to do with player markets because I don't dabble in that because it just disappoints me. Dogs to make top 8, Richmond to make top 8. Slap them together, power play, $4.25. Done.
Hey. Des Bet every day. That's all I'm hearing.
I'm 2 for 2. Watch it come through.
2 for 2 and what?
Actually coming with bets. Actually contributing
What
to the pod.
in terms of you've dropped to two haven't got up. You're just saying here's 2 bets that I've come up with.
Yeah.
What's better than
I
nothing?
mean, and you have quadrupled your output this week. There is 9 words written on that piece of paper.
He's prepared. He is
I
prepared.
know, and only 3 spelling errors.
Fellas.
Why is it not a Z in Dockers?
Or in Des, funnily enough. Let's roll on, boys. It is the clash at Saturday. Jeez, I've got the Kelly Underwood sickness. It's
No,
impacted me.
this sums up the game.
It actually does. Look, Saturday afternoon, okay, it's at the Adelaide Oval. It is the somewhat resurgent Crows versus fellow cellar dwellers, as mentioned before, in the North Melbourne Kangaroos. Little Desi, what do you reckon?
It's nice that we've got a little tinkle of potential with guys like Fogarty, obviously Saligo. Rochelle's obviously had a hot start, and the stars burned down a little bit, but I still have
now.
big faith in Joshy boy. So that's nice. That's nice for our forward line looking forward. But,
He's got a high sex drive, you know.
Nice.
I've heard rumours.
So have I.
Man likes his peppermint tea, as I've heard. As I've heard someone else in this room likes their peppermint tea as well. Oh, God. First time I've had it. Pop the cherry today. How are you going? How are you going? Bit of fresh breath. That there is more exciting than this game. My comment just then.
Nah, I'm going to go.
Doesn't mean no, because if
I'm
you're
going to get
not,
drunk.
if you're not a
heckle.
Crows, if you're not a Crows supporter, then who cares about this game? North Melbourne don't even care. They just want to bring Keith in, and North Melbourne board won't do it because they're idiots. That's all. That's it. I'm literally rambling because I don't even want to talk about the game.
Brilliant.
I'm not interested in this game at all. We need to just crap it up. Crap it up. We're not wrapping it up. We're crapping it up.
Well, let's button those 2 lips.
There is a bit of that. I'll just say quickly, I was impressed with the Crows last week because they had every reason to lose that game. Being Kennedy's last game ever,
Drama.
being all the drama that they've been in the off field all week, they had literally every right to lose that game and they didn't do it, and that is progress. They've equalled their wins tally from last year with 2 to go.
Oh, easy. We're going to beat North.
There's a good. There is a better than 50-50 chance we will improve on last season.
We're beating.
Statistically,
North
improvement. That's all I want to see.
And look, also, I want to give a little bit of a shout out to North. They have had a bit of improvement in the last month. I feel like they're developing pressure. They just
won.
No, but like they've been pressuring the ball carrier at least. They've been pressuring contests. They just don't have any skill to go with it. And that's that first step on the road to being a competitive side. If you don't have the ball and you're no good with the ball in hand, just pressure.
I have written down here they're competitive without being a threat, which is basically perfect for them right now. They're giving it a red hot crack. I really like the fact that they've tried a few new things. I actually, apart from that disgraceful turnover, I really like Stevenson in his new role.
Same. Yep, I agree.
I really like him.
Anyone would have done what he did in terms of when he turned it over. Anyone would have gone, "Oh, I can't believe I've just done that."
Yeah.
But he dunked on him, and you have to take the opportunity to dunk on him.
Embarrassing, but you move on. He had 31 touches. They showed 1 for the game. He had 31 of them. So that is,
there is a bit to look forward to there.
LDU has had a breakout year. Good on him.
Obviously, Simpkins always handy.
I'm going to be tipping the Crows 1-39.
Yeah, same here. I can't believe I'm doing it. I'm tipping the Crows 1-39. I mean, someone's got to win this game. God knows. Let's talk bets. My Brownlow Smoky, Rory Laird, 30 plus disposals.
What's he paying?
$34 at the minute for the Brownlow.
Suspended.
He's come in. No, he's back on. It's come in from 51 in a day.
Oh.
In a day. You heard it here first.
Because you put $1,000 on it.
I told you not to tell anyone. Shut the fuck up. Rory Laird. I don't have to.
No, I'm talking about me.
No, well, it's not too
I was
late.
whispering it to myself. Sorry.
It's not too late, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Now, look, Rory Laird, 30 plus disposals. Thanks, Mum. Sam Berry for 15 touches. Thanks, Dad.
Been very good.
Jai Simpkin, Luke Davies, Uniacke, both to have 25 disposals. Thanks, Uncle. Jaden Stevenson for 20. He's going to keep that role going.
He will.
Thanks, nephew. And
actually, just quickly, I'm actually keeping an eye on fantasy for next year. Because that is a tasty role.
I'm glad you said it.
Thank you.
I'm glad you said it.
Just
it's not just
quiet,
me. Yeah.
Quiet.
Don't tell a soul.
Shut up.
I don't even understand.
Shut up.
I don't even know what fantasy is.
The mill tank photos you send me on Messenger say otherwise. And then to add to those, Taylor Walker, Darcy Fogarty, 2 goals apiece for those bad men. And you're looking at a $9 multi right now.
Nice. I've got Lockie Murphy for a goal. He kicked one in his last 3.
Yep.
$1.75. Good value.
That's all right, yeah.
Tommy Power for 15 plus, $1.37.
Pow.
And I had Jed Anderson for 20 plus, $1.39.
Jando. Lovely. I like that from you.
Good.
It's not bad at all. Let's have a look at the Saturday twilight game at Metricon Stadium. It is the Gold Coast Suns taking on the all-conquering Geelong Cats. Look, Suns cannot do finals. We know this. It's off the slate for them this year officially. I genuinely think they're going to go into this game and give it a red-hot dip because Stewie Dew will be telling them, boys, Geelong as likely to win the flag as anyone this year. 11 on the trot. This is going to be the truest test of who you are as footballers and where we're at as a club right now. I want you to leave everything on the table.
Correct.
And with nothing to lose, why not go out there, play your natural game? So I'm really looking forward to this. On paper, it looks like a whitewash. I honestly think you're going to see the Suns give it a gigantic dip.
I literally have the exact same thing written down. I thought they looked in that game against Hawthorn like they checked out a little bit. But this game, you got 4 quarters realistically the week. I don't even know who they're playing next week. Doesn't matter anyway. This is the week. You just give it everything you've got. If you can take down what we are tipping to be the eventual premiers of this season, next year, all on the table.
Why not?
You might as well give it a crack. And look, going into the off-season, beating Geelong, humongous for confidence.
They've got North Melbourne next week, so I'll buy. So
imagine heading in with 2 wins.
Gee whiz. Look,
I like it though.
You say they checked out a bit, and that is true to an extent. But having said that, if Marby or Chol, your man, if he kicks that goal in the last quarter, it's a different story.
But again,
They missed opportunities they should have taken.
You compare it to the game they played against Hawthorn last time, where they beat them by whatever it was, 50, 60 points. It was a completely different Gold Coast team to that first game.
That also never won down in Tasmania.
I don't care about that.
It matters.
You know that is one of the biggest tropes.
It matters.
It does not matter.
It matters.
Not when the teams are shit. It doesn't matter. And either way, whether it matters or not, they just looked sluggish. I don't think that will be the case this week. I think that is exactly what you mentioned, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen. For Geelong, there's not much else to say, apart from they are just the class of the comp. Stewart had the life tagged out of him by Machito Owens, and it did not matter one iota.
How many did he end up with? I didn't see how many.
He had 18.
Yeah, which is disgusting. I think he had about 4 at halftime, which for him is absurd.
Despicable. Yeah.
So it just doesn't matter. They're just coming up with new ways to win every week.
And it's incredible. And they're not hassling the shit out of the stat sheet either.
No.
You're not seeing blokes where's the Clary Olivers getting 42 touches for Geelong?
Team effort every
They're
week.
just team effort every week.
And they're just so deadly up forward as well.
Yep.
They're just so potent up forward. Like even when they had a bit of a tough first quarter. I watched the first because then once I saw Port were losing, I was like, and turn that over. But maybe I do have the spicy cough. Nah, they
Well, Rich and I can't get it now anyway. So.
That's it. I probably got it from you, blokes. No, Cats were Cats were like just so potent. They were just continuously like down the throat of St Kilda. Pardon the pun, Sinclair. They eek.
Did you have to?
I just feel like it.
Come on.
They are not losing this game to Gold Coast. They are going to win every game for the rest of the year and win the flag easily.
I've got I'm going to move on from that. I've got Cats 1-39. I don't see a way in which they lose this, but I would love Gold Coast to give them a red hot crack.
40 plus for mine, Cats.
You just said Gold Coast were going to give it a crack.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. They're going to give it a crack, and the Cats are going to win by 40 plus.
This week they might kick 2 goals.
You can't have key forwards getting 18 touches a week and kicking 2 to 3 to 4 goals.
It's good, isn't it?
It's unreal.
Yeah.
It's unreal. Nah, Geelong, I'm sold on them. Look, talk to me about bets, Daniel.
I've got Brad Close for a goal, $1.51.
Okay.
I've got Mitch Duncan for 20 plus disposals. That's $1.31. And I've got Zach Toohey for 20 plus disposals. I
was going to say
$1.41. You thought I was going to say
right,
30?
Andrew Demetrius, settle down. Yeah.
Yeah, 20 plus, $1.41. Easy money.
Well, I think Geelong just to win head-to-head is easy money. It's still $1.33.
That's good.
What's going on around here, boy?
Good fluffer.
Massive fluffer. Noah Anderson, 25 plus, as rock solid as it comes. And that was paying like $1.57 when I saw it.
Rock solid.
Well, he is, man. He's so consistent at the minute.
Yep.
I'm going to stab you. I'm going to harm you. You be quiet.
You know, I'll play devil's advocate. Just so you're aware, neither Steele or Sinclair got 25 plus last week against this Cats team. They are clamps. I don't think Noah Anderson's getting 25.
I don't think this Geelong team is going to care about what the Gold Coast do with the ball in hand.
They don't have to care. They just stop Noah Anderson getting it by having it all the time.
Someone's got to touch it, which is why I've stayed off of Tuke Miller this week. So Noah Anderson, 25 disposals. Brandon Parfitt for 20. Ripping game on the weekend.
Exhibit.
It is Exhibit.
Exhibit. I miss him. I miss that hair.
He had it for 1 week and got rid of it. It's just not good enough for
It was
mine.
the toughest look I've
It's just
ever
not
seen.
good enough for mine.
Brandon Parfitt, 20 plus. Jeremy Cameron, 2. Tom Hawkins, 2. Tyson Stengel, 2 goals. All of those lads. Smack that together, $9.
Old Stengel.
Has Desbeck got anything?
No.
Well, I tell you, you better get the juices cranking, mate, because it is it's time for a seg. It's time for a seg. Now I'm excited. We're going to do some different stuff this week. I want to know. I'll open it up to the room. Do we want intellectual or do we want moronic to start with? Is this a choose your own adventure?
We're going moronic to start with.
What do you want?
Just go moronic.
All right, in that case, we are going to be doing another iteration of the big, dumb, fat, stupid quiz of the week, in which the boys are not going to have to know anything at all.
Is this the same as the one that broke me? Did this break me last time?
Yes.
Oh, God.
And that's round 2.
Oh, no.
I can't even remember it.
I'm
Probably.
already laughing.
All right, so
All
typically,
doped up on
Not
winning.
Willie McCock.
now you go to a quiz night and there are proper, sensible questions that have got answers that you should know. All right, this is the exact opposite of that. There is no skill in getting any of these answers correct. It is as close to leveling the playing field in Dez's favour as I can possibly do.
Dan did say, he's like, humble brag. He does win every thing that we do on this pod, so
Look,
I'm
Seabat,
not. It's not a joke.
I'm upset now.
I've a 100% winning record on this show.
now.
Yeah, but you're not. You're Collingwood here. You're not expected to do any damage.
But much like Collingwood, every win I get, I'm closer to my next loss. I've got a bad feeling about tonight.
Come
I
on,
reckon-
baby.
We shall see. I'm going to start off with a nice, easy question for the big, dumb, fat, stupid quiz of the week. Question number 1. Max Gawn was photographed on draft night in 2009 with an item in each hand. I'm going to award 1 point per correct item.
Darian a cruiser.
It was a Darian Cruiser.
We're off to a winner. 2 points for both lads. I'll award an extra point if you can name the cruiser. Oh, isn't it?
Raspberry.
I don't think it was raspberry. I reckon it was guava.
It's 3-2. It was a guava cruiser.
I knew it was guava. I was thinking he said guava.
It was a guava cruiser.
How do I do it?
All right.
I know it was in the red.
All right, well, let's see how you go with this one. So we did do some stupid names last time, and I've got another slate here. Now, fellas,
No.
all of these gentlemen once played football, admittedly not at the highest levels, but they are all confirmed footballers.
Murray Bridge Bush Rangers.
The Pioneers, yeah, sure. Right, all of these blokes played football. I've got 5 names. One of them is fake. I want you to tell me which of these names is the fake name.
So,
Okay.
so they didn't all play at the top at football then.
Well, the fake one didn't.
Just read
no.
the names. I'll tell you who's fake.
All right, are we ready? Craig Twocock, Dave Dick, Marcus Glasscock, Dick Bliss,
Marcus Glasscock.
and Nick Manhood.
Marcus Glasscock.
I'm gonna have
I hope he's
to.
real.
I'm gonna have to pick the fake name as being Dick Bliss. Surely to God that is not a real name.
Desmond?
Richard Bliss.
Even you wouldn't.
Richard Bliss. All right, read him again.
Read him again. Craig Twocock, Dave Dick, Marcus Glasscock, Dick Bliss, and Nick Manhood.
Nick Manhood.
I'm still saying Dick
Manhood.
Bliss.
Go on, Nick Manhood. All right, well, I can tell you now that Dave Dick played for St Kilda, Essendon, and the Western Bulldogs.
Yeah,
Marcus Glasscock was at Melbourne's list.
I know a Glasscock when I see one.
Dick Bliss was at Sydney.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh no. If I fuck this up, I'm going to be...
And Nick Manhood was at South Adelaide and is actually a coach with them currently, meaning Craig Twocock is the fake name there.
Lovely.
There you go. There you go.
Lovely.
Des has got it.
I gave you a chance and you didn't take it.
Gave me a sniff of the pony.
Now it's time to kill you.
All right, now let's
How many
go.
questions have
All
we
right. That was 2. I've got a total of 5. Let's go. Right. The thickness of a VHS tape is 2.5 centimetres. Okay?
Like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Is Darcy Moore taller or shorter than 80 VHS tapes?
82.5.
You ever seen a VHS tape, Des? Yeah.
2.80.
Yeah, so VHS tape, 2.5 centimetres when laying flat.
Yeah.
Darcy Moore, is he taller or shorter than 80 of them stacked up on top of each other?
Who's shorter? Oh, I don't know how tall he is. Do you have a...
That's what makes this a question.
I don't know how tall he is.
That's what makes this a question.
Because if he's...
He would be shorter.
Yeah, shorter. Because he's not 200
'Cause
centimetres.
No, he is.
Are we going shorter?
Is he
going
200 centimetres?
Are we going taller? Are we going shorter? What are we doing?
Give me 1 more second to do this mathematics.
He is taller than 200 centimetres. Oh, he's taller than... He is. Yeah, Dan said shorter. I say taller. Done.
He's shorter.
Taller.
Darcy Moore is the height of 81.2
Yes.
VHS tapes stacked up on top of each other.
You know what it is?
That's it.
He's 200.
He's 203 centimetres on the knuckle.
20.
So
you go.
he's shorter.
Yeah.
No, Darcy Moore is the
taller.
height of 81.2 VHS
Because
tapes.
over 200. Equals 200.
Nice.
So it's over
That's
200.
good.
3-all.
Good from you. Well done.
Three apiece.
Well
He's
done.
dragged it back.
Come on.
He's dragged it back.
A draw counts as a win.
All right. Lizzo is 142 kilograms heavy.
Oh, Jesus.
Now, this is not fat shaming. I mean, that a statistic is a statistic.
Yeah, but that's big.
She just, it depends what you're weighing it against.
Well, it's not big compared to a hippo.
If
but
you, yeah.
Not wading into these waters.
No.
she
Are you talking about the hippo now? What are you talking about?
Dangerous territory.
No, sure. No,
couldn't sit on this table.
no, well, you don't know what the table's made of. It
I
might be
can't
made of
sit on this
titanium.
table,
That's
mate.
exactly right.
That's also true. Lizzo is 142 kilograms. That is her official weight. Didn't make that up. It's the truth. Are two Ned McHenrys heavier or lighter than Lizzo?
If you said Patrick Parnell, I'd say lighter. But Ned McHenry, 1 foot. So what? He's got to be bigger than 71 centimetres. Come off it.
Kilograms.
You are an
brother.
idiot.
Funnily enough, Ned
I can't
McHenry-
believe I just lost to you in a math competition.
Ned McHenry is actually taller than 71 centimetres. You knuckle dragger.
All right, so
God, I hate myself so much.
Oh, I would too.
so is it what heavier than? Is she heavier than two Ned?
I want to
McHenrys?
know, yeah, who is heavier, one Lizzo or two Ned McHenrys?
Well, has Lizzo eaten that day?
And Lizzo's official weight, as per ESPN, is
ESPN.
is 142.
I know this is going to be within like kilos.
Yeah. Well, you do your answer, and I'm going to tell you mine.
Exactly. You'll just say the opposite of whatever I say.
No, 'cause I know
Absolute
what it is.
Tit.
He's playing the odds. He's letting you do the heavy
I know
lifting,
what- I know.
and he's just
I know
slipping
what it
in
is.
at the end. Come on, what are we doing here?
I'm going to say he is. You pick.
He's not.
You pick.
You say
Because you're just going to copy my answer.
I'm not
and
going to
change
copy
it.
your answer. I know exactly
No,
what
I
you're
tell,
going to say.
as
I'm going to tell you.
as referee, I'm going to step in here. I want Dan must answer this first, and then you'll have to answer the last question first. There you go.
I'm going to wait. Let me just reword the question so I word it properly because I know what I want to say.
Are two Ned McHenrys heavier or lighter than one Lizzo, who weighs 142
I'm
kilos?
going to say he's heavier.
I'm going to say
two
heavier
McHenrys
too.
are heavier.
Heavier.
Both going heavier?
Yeah.
Ned McHenry is 75 kilos.
Yeah, easy.
Twice 75 is 150,
That
making
wasn't
two
that
Ned
hard.
McHenrys heavier than
Then why
Lizzo.
don't you just answer first?
Pretty close.
Four
'Cause I don't
apiece.
want you to copy me.
Four apiece, right. You hear this now. Right, last question of the Big Dumb Fat Stupid Quiz of the Week, part 2. Okay, I have found a list of blokes' nicknames
Oh,
who
jeez.
played football.
Oh no,
One of them is fake.
not milk tank.
4 of them are real. I would like for you, gentlemen, to tell me which is the fake nickname. Pants, socks, nuts, fig jam, delicate dares.
I've been named all of these.
I know, yeah.
So
So one of them is fake.
pants, socks, nuts, fig jam, and delicate des.
Yep. 4 of those legitimate nicknames of footballers, past, present, and emerging. One of them is
What, of AFL?
one of them is hogwash. Oh yeah. Or
Where did you
VFL.
get this? Where'd you get that?
Don't worry about where I got them from. You tell me which is the fake one.
Unusual.
You have to answer first.
You do.
That was per the quizmaster.
I'm gonna write down my answer. Where's the pen?
No, I had to say mine. That's bullshit.
It's not going to make a difference.
It will.
He's covering with a hat. Dan, what's your thought process here?
I don't have one. I'm just going to take a stab.
That is the point of this quiz.
Because, like,
Dan,
realistically,
say it, and I'm gonna read out mine. I've written
Pardon?
it down. You say yours first. I've already written it.
Go on. What's going
I've written down what the answer is. Richie can.
Go on. What?
Cuck.
I actually was not going to pick. I was not going to pick that one anyway.
Fig jam.
Des
I
has written
said.
fig jam. Go on.
I was not going to pick that anyway.
you going for?
I am going to say pants.
Okay, interesting.
Has to be pants.
Good.
A bloke would have wore his pants during the game, and they would have been all right pants.
A bloke. All the rest
Actually,
of them nude.
actually,
Oh, come on.
No,
no,
it said pants, it said
no.
pants.
I'm not going to say that. I want an actual winner in this game. I don't want it to be finished 3-all.
Oh, well, if it's
Are
not us-
we both wrong?
No. Oh, yeah, true.
Gordon Coventry was known as Nuts.
Yeah.
Delicate Des Dixon played for the Hawks in the 60s.
I'm Delicate Dixon.
Nathan Buckley was known as Fig Jam.
You can tell that by looking at him.
And Darren Mullane, his nickname was Pants. Socks was the fakie.
R.I.P.
It's four apiece.
Darren
It's 4 apiece. No, we're going to have to come back to this. We've got a whole other game show
apiece.
segment. No, it's 4 each.
I don't need another.
Draws a
one,
win.
mate.
I'll win.
That's not how it works.
There it is.
There is no IQ handicap, mate.
It's a draw. It is a draw in this one. It'll be tiebreaker in our next.
Know that he drew with me?
It'll
How
be
does it feel to
tiebreaker.
know that you've never beaten me?
Both true.
All right.
No,
Let's get through
Pokemon. No, we're not doing that. Not
Let's
again.
get through.
Let's roll on. Gentlemen, we will settle this like men, like gentlemen, later on in the show. Don't worry about that. Right, Saturday night at the MCG. Thank you very much. It is the Melbourne Demons, who are staggering, versus the the Carlton Blues, perhaps, who are stumbling. Dan, what do you reckon?
Carlton wishes they were Geelong right now, mate.
I would have thought.
Because you said the D's are stumbling.
No,
Let me fix that for you.
He's looking at Dan.
You said the D's are stumbling. Good grief. I have never seen a team like Carlton at the moment. This close, and they just cannot get over that
They
final
lost to
hurdle.
Adelaide in Adelaide.
And now
There
no
you go.
Crips. And now no Crips.
No.
Oh dear.
This is a really good game for Melbourne. This is a get good game for Melbourne because they probably shouldn't have lost. Probably should, like, when you watch that, not looking at Collingwood coming up and where they actually sit on the ladder and all the history. If you look at it just purely from a footy perspective, Demons did fumble the bag big time last week. Collingwood just did what Collingwood have done all year and just snuck past and gone, hey, guess what? Here's 4 points for us, and you're not getting them.
So how's the weight of expectation on Melbourne now? Because now there's no Crips. So everyone's expecting Melbourne to roll in like a hurricane and just blow
well,
them.
I mean, look,
I feel like that's public expectation. I feel like internally you think, no, Crips, beautiful. Let's just do what we're going to do and let's roll.
I'm just going to get out of the way. I am tipping Melbourne. I'm going to tip Melbourne 1-39 because you've got to play the odds here. I don't believe in what the Blues have been putting out on the field in the last month, and I certainly don't think it's going to stand up against Melbourne. They will be annoyed that they lost that one to Collingwood because they had every reason to win that. Couldn't get it done. All the big dogs are doing their absolute best, but they're just not getting enough out of those less lights at the moment. Sparrow was pretty ordinary. Rivers, Hunt, Spargo, Pickett, he kicked 6 against Port, done nothing since. They need to get more out of those lesser lights. The Blues are coming in, terrible form. They're going to be missing Hewitt and Newman again because Newman's out for the rest of the season. Mackay and Kerno are not unplayable. Seems like people have figured out Adam Sard's game and they've got him locked down now. I don't see how you can tip the Blues here. In good conscience, I do not see how you can do it.
Especially a Cripsless Blues at that.
Correct.
At that. You pretty much summed up everything I had written down here. Look, it makes them serious underdogs, and that's all they've got going for them now. Do you play with that desperation? And we've seen that from Voss's time at Port Adelaide. We've seen that underdog desperation pull off some wins that they probably weren't expected to have. Does he pull that across? Maybe. I'd be geeing him up all week, just saying, you boys, everyone, it's us against the world this week. Everyone's expecting us to get done. Look at all the things going against us. Are you going to roll over and let the season slip away?
All I'm going to say is, I had that bet earlier in the pod. I had Richmond to make the finals, which is pretty standard, the $1.11, whatever little fluffer, and I had Dogs to make the top 8. That means one team is going to lose the last 2 games of their season. What team was that? That's Carlton, mate. Carlton are not winning this game.
I genuinely agree.
No chance.
I genuinely agree.
At the MCG, it's a get-good game for Melbourne.
I think so.
And even then, they really, again, that percentage is going to play in. They need to keep this close. They cannot, if they're going to get beaten, they cannot afford to get blown out.
Dogs percentage will go up. Dogs will win the next 2 games.
That's what I mean.
Anyway.
Carlton cannot afford a blowout. They can't afford a loss, but they certainly can't afford a blowout.
And I think that's going to happen. Melbourne's going to go tall in their forward line to expose Carlton's now horribly undersized and undermanned defence. Wiedering's going to have his hands full all day long. It's such a disadvantage for them, that back line versus Melbourne's tall forward line. Expect blokes like Brown to just feed.
So
Feed.
D's?
You know what's nasty? It's 2% with the Dogs. So if the Dogs win the next 2 games and can't lose, obviously, see you later. But even St Kilda, if St Kilda win one of their games, like 101, say Carlton lose. If you lose 2 games of footy, realistically, say 20 points each, how much effect does that have on the percentage? Say 4 or 5%?
More than you would like.
Yeah.
And if St Kilda win, geez, they might meet up in the middle here. So they might finish 10th.
There's a lot to play out.
Could finish 10th.
There is a lot
far out.
There is a lot to play out here. But in terms of bets, I've got a few. I don't mind them. Bailey Fritsch, 2 goals. Easy. Easy. A ravaged Carlton backline, going to do it nice and easy in my opinion. Clayton Oliver 30, Christian Petrarca 30, Sam Walsh 30, Sam Doherty 25, Jack Viney 25, Ed Langdon 20 is what I'm looking at. All of that is paying $14.
Very nice. I had, did you say Milky for a goal?
No, Milky. No.
I got Milky for a goal. $1.48. Jack Viney, you said 25. I'll leave that one. I had Chera 25 plus though.
Someone's going to have to get touches.
Because Patrick Cripps is not going to be there to get those touches. George Hewitt is not going to be there to get those touches. I think Adam Chera will. $1.71.
Nice. I like that. Chera does lift when he's sneaky. He's a sneaky lifter when the team.
Chera has been a luxury item for the Blues. They haven't needed him to play at his absolute best every week,
and now
but
they
could use it. And now this is where that depth comes in. They will desperately need him this weekend. Massively
so. I like that a lot from you, young Master Daniel. Let's have a look at the Saturday night game at Optus Stadium. It's the derby. The Fremantle Dockers versus the West Coast Eagles. Now, look, West Coast, I'm going to leap in. I'm going to let the boys, and then I'll let the boys open it up. It will be a quick one. Look, West Coast threw punches at Adelaide, and I thought that was good of him to stay in it. Probably did a bit of it for Kennedy.
Kennedy.
And they needed him to keep. If Kennedy didn't have the game that he had, West Coast in all sorts, unfortunately. And it's just the same old heads doing it at West Coast at the minute, and it's just disappointing to see. The youngsters are just not pushing them up whatsoever. There's going to be a horrible, nasty rebuild, and I see a couple of years of just genuine pain in the Eagles' future. Yep. All stemming back to that Tim Kelly. Tim Kelly trade.
You can listen to West Coast fans, and they'll tell you potentially otherwise. There is not a lot of talent on that list. Nope. There's about, of the regular players, there's about 8 to 10 30-year-olds. They're circling the drain. So once they do pull the pin, it's going to be painful, Adelaide-esque painful. Like there's going to be some heavy losses in that team.
2 wins this
Correct.
Year.
So I've got Dockers 40 plus.
I've got Dockers 1-39 because I think it's a derby. There'll be a bit of a scrap, and West Coast have got nothing else.
Kelly's missing this week too.
Oh, shit. His just keep on coming. Whereas from the Fremantle perspective, I think there'll be no Taberner. Because he's injured this week, I believe. Did himself a little mischief.
He hasn't barely been on.
So it won't make much.
He's been unsighted for weeks anyway, mate.
But this is true. But what the difference has been is those small forwards. You know, it's your Fredericks, it's your Schultzes, it's your Switkowskis. These blokes are
looks like he's gonna be back this week.
And they are and look at the stat sheet outside of Lob. For Freo last week, the main goal scorers and goal scoring threats were all your small blokes,
and that's when they're playing well. Like we said that, and when Freo went on their little dip in form, I think the doctor mentioned that they didn't have anyone up forward to get their score.
And those blokes have gone missing.
They need everyone to chip in. It's either literally all or nothing. And we haven't seen that the last couple of weeks, so it was good to see that this week.
Frederick had 3. Do you know what I mean?
Frederick
led the charge, man.
And when they mattered as well, Frederick stood up, especially in that last quarter. That was a big goal from him. Love to see it.
So it's
Adelaide.
It's straightforward. He's from Adelaide. It's straightforward.
From Adelaide. That's why it's sad. How do we miss it?
Freo. Way to go.
Big respect to Eagles fans out there, though, unless your name's Jace, because they rock up every single week.
Cop that.
Respectfully.
Yeah.
No, because Jace hasn't gone to it. How many games has Jace gone to Optus this year?
How would you expect him to go to Optus, and why would you expect him to pay those prices to go watch that?
You Eagles fans are rocking up every week and cheering.
I wouldn't pay those prices to go here and watch them. They are shit.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, respect to the Eagles fans that actually rock up to the games when you know they're going to get pants. It's a bit like us when we go and watch.
What else are you going to do? Watch Ben Cousins documentaries. What else are you going to do with your life?
Ben Cousins.
Might as well.
Don't we all?
Such is life, mate.
Also true. Right, Bets, talk to me.
Jamie Cripps for a goal.
Cribber.
Elementary, $1.37. Griffin Logue for a goal.
Griffin!
That's $1.37.
Oh, Peter.
Liam Duggan for 20 plus. He'll go into the midfield and get his 20 because Tim Kelly's not there.
Doug Tree.
And Will Brody for 25 plus. Didn't do it on the weekend. He absolutely will this weekend.
Nifty. I also had Brody. I like that dip from him last week, which means his odds go up.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks very much.
$1.53, easy.
Same with Brayshaw. Yep. Didn't do it last week. Odds on the way up. And I'm a big fan of that. Mm-hmm. Shannon Hearn and Luke Ryan, respectively, have been locking down their sides' backlines. Consider them both going to do it again in such a big game for their clubs. And also Jermaine Jones. What's he been doing?
Been good.
He's been so reliable. Just 15, 16, 15, 16, 16. Mm-hmm. He had something like 24, I think, for the Eagles on the weekend. Expect him to get his 15 again right here. And also Heath Chapman, 15 touches. Not had a lot of games.
I like Heath Chapman. He's growing on me.
Signed a 3-year contract extension today.
I call him Paul.
We love it.
I call him Kamain, is what I call him. The only real ones will get what I'm on about. Heath Chapman, 15 touches there, all up $7.76 if you want to multi them up. Right, we've got 3 games left, yeah?
We do,
Is it
yeah.
3?
Yep.
What's the next one?
All the Sunday games.
Let's battle through this one.
We're going to go one more game, and then we are going to decide who the sheer intellect of this evening is. Is it the studious Dan, or is it the Desmond busy scrunching up paper and throwing them at Dan? Like, I'm literally back in school. This is unbelievable. Right, Sunday at the MCG, fellas and fellettes. Richmond Tigers, Hawthorn Hawks at the G on a Sunday, as I mentioned. Des, put your mind to something useful for once in your stupid life. All right. What do you think?
Here we go. So, Hawthorn won last week. Good for them. I'm happy for them.
I'm actually quite surprised you know that.
It's only because you said it earlier in the pod about Gold Coast. And I know Gold Coast played in Tassie. No, I've obviously backed in, as I've mentioned, I've backed in Richmond to make the 8. They don't need to win this to make the 8, but this will lock them in.
Yes.
They're not going to get rolled here. They're actually in a really good vein of form, playing some good footy. Obviously not footy like we've seen the last couple of years, but no, they look good. And Port in Adelaide is still a hard test. And no, they rolled over the top. They look great.
You've rightly said they don't need to win this, but
they will.
You want to.
They will.
You absolutely want to, because otherwise you're putting fate in other teams' hands.
It's their time of year.
I don't like that. It is. Absolutely it is.
But they're going to win. Like, Hawthorn had all of these bad teams seem to get win, unless you're Adelaide, and we got 2. And we're probably going to get another one this week. But they get that win at the end of the year. It's like a feel-good win. Oh, it's all good. Like, you know what I mean? North Melbourne had theirs against Richmond. All of these bad teams are getting these little dubs after killing their bad vein of form. Hawthorn had that last week. They are not going to do it this week.
Well,
where is it? At the G?
It's at the G.
Yeah,
and look,
game over.
It's Richmond's time of year. They've been here a million times before. Bloke's won in the clock back. Cochin is in. I can't believe I'm saying it.
Clearances are really, really, like, they're so important.
He's near as damn it career best form at the minute, Cochin, and I'm stunned to say that. I mean, Nankervis had 23 touches last week.
Nanky.
Prestia has gone over 25 in all of his last 5 games. Bolton. Everyone's saying he's the best player in the league. I disagree with that sentiment. But having said that, he is nigh on unplayable. He's so versatile. He's in terms of unique, he might be the most unique player in the league.
The only thing that's stopping him, I said it last week, he kicked 4 goals, but also kicked 5 behinds on the weekend. Well, that's the only thing that stops him, because he just spams shots on goal. Like, that's what he gets the footy in hand, and he will head straight for the big sticks, which is awesome. If he can clean that up, he will be absolutely the best player in the league.
When Nathan Brown in the week said his season tally, 39 goals, 39 points. 39.
And look,
if he tidies that up,
you don't always expect
60-40.
You do not expect
60-20.
A 50 goal 10 behind season.
No.
But 39-39 is not good enough. And that's the only, like I said, that's the only criticism I've got of him, because he is unbelievable. Probably the best player in the league to watch as well. When he's in full flight, he's awesome. It's so fun to watch.
And we called him. We called that real early.
Absolutely. I don't think Hawthorn.
They've had 4 wins of their last 5.
That they have, and I said it last week. Say it again. You just want to see him impact the finals race. Take another scalp here. They ended Gold Coast season officially on the weekend.
Yes.
Take another scalp here. That's good. That's what you want to see. If you can't make finals, impact them.
And that's all. Yeah, exactly. Similar to the Gold Coast, as you just said. Similar to Gold Coast. Make it and measure yourself against arguably the best side in the league over the last 5 years. Look, I'm also looking for Riola to drive a lot of play here. His role going into finals is going to be crucial.
He reminds me of like 6 in the NBA. You have 6 man of the year. For those that don't know. He reminds me of like 6 man of the year. I don't know why. Obviously, it's not relevant to AFL, but like he's not like a starter. Like, you wouldn't have him in your starting lineup, but he is so important off the bench.
I would have him in my starting 22. I think.
100.
No, but like every starting 5. He's not your top 5 best players, is he? But no, he's a 6 man of the year. I don't know why I thought of that. I had a dream that he got 6 man of the year. He's
a star. His career was at a crossroads. They moved him to halfback, and he is genuinely, again, very similar. Like, he's like a back half Bolton. And he's borderline unplayable back. He's actually a very, very capable defender as well. Not just a running halfback. Like, he actually can play. He gets a lockdown role most weeks and does a fantastic job of it.
Baby Rolly looks good when he gets
young Maury
as well, doesn't he?
Oh, I love young Maury.
He looks great.
We're going to be talking about him for a long time to come. Having said that, I think the Hawks are a genuine shot. The back line's quite tall, and they're going to match up nicely against the talls of Cumberland, who is their first choice forward. And I'm going to say that until I die. Cumberland's
literally the same height as me, mate.
Cumberland, ably helped by Lynch and
I like
Rewalt.
Cumberland.
So do I. Good player.
Cumberland,
How tall is he?
ably assisted
Not very.
by Lynch and Rewalt.
I didn't know that.
Look it up.
I thought he was tall.
He'd be like 175.
But no, Sicily,
178.
Chang, that's going to be some nice forward backs matchups down there. I'm going to enjoy watching that. But yeah, look, Tigers 1-39 for mine. It's finals time. It's Tiger time.
Yeah, 183.
Okay. How tall are you?
Wow.
183.
Right, let's talk bets.
He's a baby. He's a baby, is what he is. He's a great player, though. Love him. I got Bolton for 2+. Because, like I said, he spams shots on goal. That's $1.30. That's a nice little fluffer.
Who's stopping him at having things?
No one. Literally no one. Dylan Moore for 20+ disposals. He reinvented himself again as a midfielder. Still can't get in anyone's All-Australian team, but that doesn't matter. $1.30. And Camden McIntosh, a name we all know and love.
Camden!
For $1.35 for 15+ disposals.
15? Has he been doing it?
He's done it in his last 5, as a matter of fact.
I trust this man. Look,
Can you stop that? Seriously? I can't wait to spank you.
Speaking of spamming shots, you need to switch on because we've got a big segment coming right up.
I'm switched.
You need to switch on.
In schoolyard.
In terms of spamming shots, I've been spamming this mode. Like I went to town on this one. This is just dumb from me. So Tom Lynch 2 goals.
Don't do it.
To start off with. Prestia 25. All of Cochin, Josh Ward, Dylan Moore, James Sicily, Jai Newcomb, 20 disposals. The odds were great. The form was there. I had to.
Josh Ward's been great.
He's been really good. He had 20 on the weekend again. Connor Nash, 15. My man. Plucked him out of obscurity. He keeps doing it. Had his 19. Enough for him. Thank you. And Tyler Sonsi, Richmond. Young emerging midfielder. Mate, he's paying bulk money for 15+ disposals and he's not dipped under 18 yet. He's going to get that done. There's your 8, paying $14.
That's lovely.
It is lovely. All right, fellas.
You can do this?
We've got to, this is a big one. This is a big one now. I'm itching for this. We've got 2 games left, but before we do, we need to work out who exactly, once and for final, who is the chief intellect in this room. Now, whilst I was locked down with the Rona last week, I discovered a show on SBS called Countdown. It is a letters and numbers game show. All right, so it is a big intellectual show. Look it up. Rachel Riley, who's on there, is probably a dream woman. Not gonna lie, was watching it a bit for that, and then it hooked me mentally
after the
as much as anything.
17th tug.
Yeah,
you actually watched it.
the 18th one was a mathematical one. Exactly right. No, so I saw the format and I thought we could do this. So there's going to be a letters round. There's going to be a numbers round. Okay. How do you boys go with your letters and numbers? You're all good? Happy with this?
All I need to be is better than Des, mate.
Well, in that case, let us play Advisors Does Countdown. All right. What we're going to do, we're going to start this off with, we'll start with the letters round.
But do we get the letters in front of us, or how are we going to work that?
Now I'll give you a pen. There you go. I'll give you a pen. You've got a lappy.
I do.
Okay, good. And you've got your phone. You're probably going to need it.
He's got a lappy.
Am I?
Just Google it.
No, he won't go. He's an honest man.
Google it.
He's
No,
an honest man.
He's a dirty cheat.
No, he's an honest man. So
I do not need technology to beat you, mate.
I think you do.
Genuinely don't.
I think you do.
No, he's an honest man. So what we're going to do now, typically on Countdown, they would pick 9 letters, combination of consonants and vowels, okay? And you would be
You know what
tasked...
a consonant is?
Not a vowel, basically.
I don't need to.
What are vowels?
I don't need to.
What are the vowels?
You say them in a church.
I don't need to.
I'm just trying to rub it in early.
I don't need to tell you.
You do? Well, you do. What are the vowels?
Right, fellas. Fellas.
He doesn't even know.
They would, now on the show, they would pick 9 letters, vowels, consonants. Okay?
We're going
letters, yes. They got 30 seconds to come up with the longest word out of those random assortment of letters that you can. But I've football themed it. I've gone through every single team and I've found players who have got 9 letters in their name. Okay. So I tell you what, I'm going to ask.
Current players, X?
Current players.
Current. Right.
So, Des.
No, but he's going to give us the name.
Des, I'm going to ask you to choose a team.
He's not going to give us the name, you idiot.
I'm going to give him the name, and then you're going to have to come up with the biggest.
No, I'll give you. No, I know what he's talking about now. So I don't know someone with 9 letters, but Name a team that you're not going to. Name a team that you're not going to pick.
You don't.
I know what you're going to do.
No, you don't know what I'm doing. Let me explain it for the
let's
human
just do
beings
it.
in the
Let's
room.
just
Crows. I want crows.
You want crows. Okay. So the 9 letters for Adelaide. Okay.
Right. So he's not giving us a name. He's giving us the letters.
Yes.
Right.
I'm going to give you a name of a player. The name has 9 letters in his name.
A name has letters in it. Dan, if you didn't know.
Wow, you've been embarrassed by Des. Cop that in the dick. Cop that in the dick.
And the ring hole, mate.
Right, you're picking Adelaide. Is that what you're going with?
Yeah.
All right, so your letters are J-A. You might want to write these down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. M-E-S-R-O-W-E. That is your 9-letter word. James Rowe, Adelaide Crows player. All right, you've got 30 seconds to come up with the longest word you can.
Right.
Ready?
I get you now.
Whilst you're doing that, I'm actually going to see if I can build a card stack. Ready? Time starts now. I'm just. It's actually harder than it looks. There's one. No, I'm building a card pyramid. It's actually difficult. I've got. Come on. Come on, let's go. Oh shit! How do they do this? I'm actually
very hard.
This is very difficult.
I'm proving myself to be the biggest mong alive. I can't stack 2 of these. Oh, wait. And that's 30. Done. Pens up.
That was hard.
Pens up.
Really hard.
All right, so your letters were J-A-M-E-S-R-O-W-E. James Rowe. Those were your 9 letters.
How big was your word?
Des, what's your biggest word in terms of numbers? How many letters in the word? What'd you come up
I'm
with?
embarrassed.
Come up with a 5? Okay, Dan, what'd you
4. I'm embarrassed.
get? What was, if it's not a real word,
No, it is.
that's it. Well, we'll see.
It is.
What
I've got 2 5s.
what was your 4?
Rome.
Rome?
Yeah, call it Rome.
How are we spelling Rome?
R-O-M-E.
Oh no, I don't. It's a capital. It's a name. You can't have a name.
Well, then.
Even if we give it to him, mine's mares, like a mare. That's plural.
Plurals.
Nice work.
I've got to give it to. Des.
That's good.
Yes, that was hard. That was very hard.
He's won the
It actually
letters.
was, mate. My brain was working overtime.
He's won the letters round there. Gee whiz. So he's.
What was the 9? What, have you got an actual 9?
Nah.
I can tell you what the I can tell you what the longest word
I'd just
was.
be curious to know.
I really wanted a 6.
We're not doing this for every team, are we?
No.
That's it.
No, that's your one. That's your 1 letters round. Done now.
One nil.
That was so hard trying to build a card stack. I couldn't get one.
It's
done.
actually so hard trying to think of a word.
There were 2 7s. There was awesome. You could have made awesome
that would be
or woomerers.
See, that's not even a real word.
Yeah, of course, the woomerer. It's an Aboriginal bloody
Yeah, but
hunting.
like it's not a thing that I'm going to think of. It's not in my vocabulary.
No.
I don't care. It's a real word. So, but no, Desi got the win there with a 5. Well done. All right, boys, it's numbers time. Okay, so on the real show, on the countdown show, they would ask you to pick 6 numbers, smalls and bigs. Okay, big is 25, 50, 75, 100. Smalls is 10 and under. They'd ask you to pick any combo of smalls and bigs. Right? Put the numbers up, and then you've got to come up with a way to use those numbers to get to a target number. So it might be a target number is 500, and you've got to use the numbers that's come up on the board in order to get there. Plus, minus.
What's going on here?
I know, I've watched the show. I know what she's talking. I know.
This is what I was worried about because I've got no idea.
I know the lady.
So
you have all these things, and you got to. It's about you can use additions, subtraction, multiplication.
You can use your calc on your phone. That's fine.
Yeah, that's what. Well, you have to. Come off it.
Well, no,
you can't do it without a calc.
Of course you can. We all bet.
So there's a certain amount of numbers. There'll
be 6 numbers
that they will equal up to.
You just have to be the closest.
I'm going to generate
the numbers.
I'm going to generate a random number between 1 and 999. It's going to be a 3-digit number.
And you can only use the numbers once, is that correct, Rich? Or did you?
You can only use each number once.
Yeah.
There's going to be 6 numbers. So you add, subtract, times them, divide them, whatever you want to do in order to get as close to the target number as you can. Okay? Dan, I'm going to get you to list out AFL players that come to mind, and we're going to use their Guernsey numbers as the numbers. I need 6 players.
Joel.
You are not Dan. You don't get a say. You do not get a say.
Do you know their Guernsey numbers?
No, I've got no idea off the top of my head, which is why.
No, we'll go with Des. We'll use Mabby or Chol.
So 9.
I don't want
9.
I don't know.
I think he's 9.
You're his favourite.
I don't know. I'm watching his thighs. I'm not watching his back.
Hear this now. Right, stats. Let's have a look.
Joel's 9. Was 2 at Richmond.
Where's stats on the AFL app?
Does it have to be current players?
Yes, it's got to be current players. Oh my lord, I can't find the.
I'll do it.
Where's the? Yeah, go. No, players. There we go. Perfect.
Chol was not 9. Chol was 1.
Choller's number 1.
Okay, let's do a different number.
You're off to a bad start.
Let's do a different number. Let's do Jackson Mead.
All right, Jackson Mead is your first. So your first number.
Search him up. Don't know who he plays for.
Off the top, I don't even know who he plays for. All right, first number.
Yep.
44.
Yep.
All right.
Matt Rao.
Matthew Rao is
10.
18.
Or is he? 18.
18.
Jack Viney.
7.
Good from you, Des. He is 7.
He is 7. You're spot on.
I'm
We'll
1
go.
of 3. 1 of 4.
We're Noah Cumberland.
Noah Cumberland.
Yep.
Something 44. Again.
He's up there.
38.
We'll go Shai Bolton.
No, but we get 25s in there, don't we?
No, you get 6 numbers.
This is shite.
We'll see how we go. Shai Bolton, 29.
Fuck, this is bad.
And you've got one more.
We'll go. Let's go. Can I just do one ex-player?
Yeah, go on then.
Because we all know his number.
Well,
we all know his number.
Go on.
Andrew McLeod.
McLeod,
I got to throw him in there. I got to throw him in there.
23.
The GOAT.
So your numbers are, read them back.
44, 18, 7, 38, 29. This is hard. And 23.
And 23. All right.
Good.
And your target number that you've got to try and hit and get as close to it as possible. So it's closest to the pin wins. Closest to the pin wins. Your target number is 776.
Okay.
All right.
You have to use all 6?
No. You just have to use any of those numbers in any combination possible. Add, subtract, divide, multiply to get as close to 776 as you can. Now, whilst you're doing that,
We started?
No, not yet.
Ready.
It'd be boring TV if you're just doing that for 30 seconds. Now, I had a look. The world record for eating a wheat bix is 57 seconds.
57 for 1 week, big.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to eat a dry wheat bix, mate? Have you actually tried?
No.
I'm going to do it whilst they're calculating away.
Stupefyingly hard.
Whilst they're calculating away,
Stupefyingly.
I'm going to get this done in 30 seconds. All right? Are you ready to go?
Yep.
Closest to the pin wins, and your time starts now.
I hate you crunching.
Oh, God. I've made a grievous error.
It's not good, mate.
Oh. Yep. Okay, that's 30 seconds. Did I do it?
Not quite, unfortunately. Sorry, mate.
Desmond, that's time.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. He had like an extra 10
Oh,
seconds.
no, I got spot on.
No.
I got spot on.
Dan, how'd you go?
He just had an extra 10 seconds.
I didn't know your time. All that was. I thought you said half time.
No, what do you think? Half
I got
time.
spot on anyway.
We'll see about that.
I got spot on.
Dan, how'd you go?
You can't have. I'm not putting up with it.
I got spot
All right,
on.
random number generator. We're going to go again.
No, can I tell you what happened though? No. So 776.
I put in an official complaint because
Yeah, put in.
a
I'm
complaint.
going again. I'm regenerating the number.
No. But I'm going to tell you.
if I had an extra 10 seconds, I would have probably done the same thing.
I genuinely got it. So I got 44 times 18, which is 792. Then minus Bungie's number, minus 23, 769. I didn't write plus 7, but you add 7 at 776.
He's done well there.
He has.
I got spot
It's
on.
it's what happens when you have an extra 10 seconds.
No, I'm random jump. We're going to go again. I'm generating again.
I actually got it, Dan. I'm in your head,
good.
mate. I'm living rent free.
Again, if I had an extra 10 seconds like you did, I
Right,
would
we're
have
going
done
again.
the
Ready?
same-
What was
exactly
your
the same thing.
working out though? What'd you have?
It doesn't matter.
didn't
Irrelevant.
We're going again.
Does
Right.
that not matter?
What matters is it's
What
30
are we going?
seconds.
Oh, the same numbers?
Yeah, because you
Well,
had
let me write
40
them
seconds,
down.
you
Let me
idiot.
write it down.
And Richie's got another dry wheat bag to eat.
What's the yeah? That's not.
Shit.
What have we so we've got 44. We've got 18.
I got it done. That was a
I'm-
practice round. I
Seven.
got my range.
29, 23,
I got my range. I'm fine.
7.
No, fine.
All right, number is
All right, your random number that you are looking to get to, closest to the pin wins, 194. All right, 30 seconds. And I'm going to go, I'm nailing this week because this is happening. Right, 30 seconds starts now. Go.
140, 194, wasn't it?
194, yeah. All right, I'm going to wedge it in actual sideways. Okay, I'm not going to do that.
done. Oh, you just stopped me early. That's all right.
Okay.
You stopped me early. That's all right.
Let me just double check. Am I working?
I literally.
I'm doing the exact same thing you can see here.
Does the world record count if I haven't swallowed it?
No.
Do I have to swallow to make the record?
You do.
Oh, shit.
I'm just checking mine.
That's really annoying. I was a lot better on that one.
It's good.
I was a lot better.
I didn't get exact.
Look, off air, try and do the same thing. It is genuinely
Really good.
It is genuinely hard to do.
Ooh.
Your mouth will never go so dry.
disappointed.
Oh, I'm dying. Jan, what'd you get?
I had 178.
I got 203, so I still won. 7 times 29. That's all I did. That's all I had. That's literally all I had time to do because I had to correct my number because I had the wrong number.
Dan, what was your maths?
7 times 18 plus 23 plus 29.
Got you to 178.
I win.
That's impressive.
I can't believe I'm saying this.
Nah, I hate that that's the real one because I actually got this spot on. I can't believe I got 776 spot on with those
Desmond
numbers.
is the Armchair Advisor's inaugural intellectual champion. Oh, boo.
Come on.
Horrendous
Come on.
bloke. That's lovely.
That's good.
To be fair,
That's fine.
I like simple year 6 mathematics is a skill set.
Oh, that was horrendous.
It
I've
was
actually
good.
never done
on 776.
Wasn't it?
I'm going to be driving home like real happy about that.
It didn't count. All right, we're going to go
I
on.
could not believe it though.
We've got 2 more games. I'm going to struggle with a mouth full of clag. But Sunday afternoon at the MCG, we've got the Sydney Swans versus the Collingwood Magpies. Actually, game of the round.
Speaking about mouthful of clag, this is not the game to describe it as a mouthful of clag. Far out, good game, eh?
Very good game.
And I'm telling you, the Pies train is not stopping here. It is not stopping here. $2.50. Des Dog of the Week.
$2.50.
Pies train not
It is
stopping.
good.
Pies train not stopping. These guys are 3 and 4 in regards to premiership contenders. I don't think they're the 3rd and 4th best team in the league when they play at their best. I think Brisbane are still sitting in that number 3 spot when they play at their best. They haven't recently, so let's knock them down because they're not even playing. Pies are going to get up here. They're going to do it. Sydney, the SCG is not a fortress. They do play well at the SCG. They play better than they have in the past, but Pies are finding a way to beat these good teams, that beat these bad teams. They're just going to tickle the taint of Sydney for 3 quarters, and then guess what? Bang. Bing, bang, boom. Jamie Elliott's going to kick goal. Someone is going to unleash the dragon. Jamie Elliott signing on for 3 years is a big how you doing for the culture. Culture's unreal. Pies, easy money. $2.50.
Pretty succinct from
Put
you.
some respect on it. Like, at least
Absolutely.
make it a pick'em because Pies are like they're bound to lose, and it's probably going to be a high, costly loss. Not today.
I would have thought you're correct on that one. Look,
today.
what can't they do? The belief is sky high.
Absolutely.
The work rate is unreal. But having said that, I seriously, every time they went forward, they kicked a goal. They had a goal from something like 50% of forward entries in that first half last week. If it wasn't for that, they're in serious trouble.
Yep.
You're not going to do that every week.
No.
It's just not feasible.
But they just keep coming up with ways to win. Like as I said last week, I am firmly of the belief that they're not going to win the flag this year. Like I just find it so hard to believe that they'll be able to continue doing this for another 5 games. I just don't think they'll have the tickets to do it. You're probably right. I think it'll probably be in finals.
It'll be a high level loss, I reckon. Like it'll be like a real pantsing in the semi or prelim.
I'm tipping the Swans here though. They're coming in seriously hot form as well. Pies have been fantastic. Swans are peaking at the exact right time though. Like I said, North were competitive without being a threat. Swans kicked 126 points. They had 18 tackles inside 50. That pressure is ridiculous.
Phenomenal.
Against a team that they had no business turning up for, really.
Yeah, Swans are 8 and 2 in
made
the
a
last
statement.
10.
And they were plus 21 tackles overall. Now, normally what you see is the team that's losing is tackling more,
Nope.
not the team that's winning.
Yes, sir.
So if anyone can stand up to the Pies' high-pressure game right now, Swans will be that team.
Worth knowing, Des, that of the last 4 times these 2 teams have played at the SCG, Swans have won 3 of them.
Yeah, well, it's about to be 3 and 2.
And what is it? Interesting.
I didn't beat Dan in anything until today.
I've got to respect the confidence. He's riding high right now.
He is, yeah.
He is.
He's
I
pushing
respect
that
it big time.
he's pushing that winning streak. Look, the Pies, interesting. I heard Darcy Moore give an interview. He said it feels around the club this year's been a free hit for them. No one expected them to do anything, and he said that's just given everyone license to do what they want, play the game style they want to play.
Nathan Buckley thinks this is something they've been building towards for the last 4 years.
Well, if that was the case, Nathan wouldn't have been fired.
I'm sure everyone in the building was thinking that last year when they were sat 17th. I think, next year, mate. Next year we'll get them.
I mean,
when I'm not here,
I respect
we'll
that
get
from Buxo.
I do not.
Pump up your own horn, mate. Let's just get
Yeah, well, someone's got it because no one else
again,
is.
fig jam, right? Am I right?
Legitimately.
Unbelievable.
He's right.
Imagine taking credit for someone else's work.
It's disgusting.
Blatantly.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Do you want to coach again? Oh, no. Unbelievable.
Not North Melbourne.
Oh, look, I
That's
just... The Swans' back line is just a bit slow for mine. The McCartans are not the quickest operators in the world. The Lizard is pretty nippy. McInerney's got a bit of toe when he's playing back down there. I don't know. I just suspect that the Pies small forwards are just going to be a bit too nippy for the Swans.
It's going to rely on the small forwards because Pies do sometimes bomb it in. They love a little sneaky.
That will not work against Sydney.
Sneaky big clearance.
Those small forwards will just get destroyed by McCartan.
If they're bombing it in.
If
they're bombing it in. But that's why you've got Big Mason and you've got Darcy Cameron up there to provide that aerial sort of opportunity. And blokes like Bo McCreary, who had no touches to half time.
Anyone.
Reinvented himself in that second half.
Anyone in the Pies forward line. When they're on, they're like a Freo that show up every week.
I've got to respect the form. Collingwood 1 to 39.
Second on the ladder. I'm looking at the ladder right now.
I've got to respect the form.
Are Sydney a premiership contender? As in, meaning that, do you see them win the flag?
I don't know if they win it, but they're building it at the exact right time.
On their best day, they can, but
it
just really depends.
Name your three. Geelong's up the top, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Melbourne until they're not anymore.
You have to respect Melbourne.
And probably, I hate to say Richmond, but hell and snakes, I'm tempted. You just wouldn't want to face them, man.
No.
Everyone's saying it, and they're right. You just wouldn't want to come up against them week 1.
No, you wouldn't.
And because
I
I'm
would
thinking as well, like you have Richmond, and if they play a Collingwood, if Collingwood lose the first week of the finals and they come up against the Collingwood, who have you got?
Look, to me, I'd probably pick the same 3, but it's so open. You can make arguments for a few teams.
And it's great.
I think
You really can't. You can't make arguments for Carlton. I don't think that. I think that ship has sailed. Virtually everyone else.
I don't.
If they turn up,
Brisbane are written off.
If they turn up,
Brisbane haven't won.
You wrote the D's off 2 weeks ago.
Brisbane, and I'm still writing them off. Brisbane haven't won at the MCG for 4 years, or maybe 5 years.
Trends are made to be broken, brother. But having said that,
That is literally your favourite saying.
Not when they can't beat Richmond.
Collingwood 1 to 39 in this game. Bets wise, Jimmy Elliott. He's on a goal kicking streak at the minute. And he's paying $1.50 for an anytime goal. Do they know something we don't?
Yes, probably, but that's all right.
What, is he had an ACL in the week?
Maybe.
I'm not aware of.
Re-signed. He's happy. He's got his money.
Probably backing that in. Yeah,
Feet up.
Got his bag. See you later.
Stealing your bloke from under you, Will Hayward, anytime goal, thank you. Ollie Florent, 15 plus disposals. He's been incredibly consistent in that 15 to 18 disposal category, and I'm all for it. Luke Parker, 25, the king, the god, the general. I've also gone any other result wire to wire, because if this is going to be
contest,
if it's going to be a Collingwood game, what has happened in all of the last 11 games? Exactly that. And equally, either team to win by less than 24.5 points is paying $1.90 at the minute.
That's, easy money.
Stupid. $11.5 for that 5.
Collingwood do not play in blowouts either
6.
way. They just do not. I got Jimmy Rowbottom for 20 plus disposals. He's done it in his last 3. That's $1.71.
Oh, nice one from you. I like that. All right, last game of the round. Essendon Bombers. Port Adelaide Power. Marvel Stadium. Be there. How shite were the Dons?
Does anyone really care about this game?
This game
yes, I do, and I'll tell you why I do.
At this point,
this game does not mean anything, so I don't know how
I'll tell you why it does.
I don't
yes,
care.
It does matter.
I know what you're going to say.
No, you don't.
And I care about. I do, and I care about next week, not this week.
No, you don't know what I'm going to say.
I do.
Go on, what am I going to say?
It's going to be about the showdown.
No. It leads into it, but it's not about the showdown.
Oh, right. Well,
just hear me out.
I'm not
right.
interested.
First things
Switch
first.
off, subscribe.
Smack your mouth. Right, first thing, regarding the Bombers. If you tag Merritt, okay, if you shut down Peter Wright, okay, you win the game against the Dons. It is as simple as that. Where was Wright's influence? Gone.
Barley.
Where was Merritt?
Parrish was back, so he didn't have to work anymore.
Yeah, but he's not damaging. And that's the problem. That's the mindset. He was not damaging whatsoever. Stringer went missing again. Merritt tagged. A non-damaging Parrish. Peter Wright, more or less taking he still had 2 goals, but, big deal. When did, junk time goals? Pretty much. There's your blueprint.
It's not bad.
Junk time. Mate,
not stinking.
I just have no input on the Dons at the moment, mate. This game is genuinely just an absolute nothing game to finish
It's
the round.
stupid because
no, it's not, because I'm telling you this. I'm telling you this now.
Get to your point then.
I'm telling you this now. David Koch, Port Adelaide, is mental enough that if Port lose this week, and then if they somehow go into the showdown and they lose that, Koch will cut Hinkley. And if Hinkley gets cut end of the season, they're going to throw the world at Alistair Clarkson, who, according to Carroll and Wilson, is open to having the chat with Port Adelaide. Go back to where it all started from. So if you don't like Port Adelaide and you want them to continue having Ken Hinkley at the helm, you want them to win against the Bombers and you want them to win the showdown. Because if they win the next two and they look good in the next two games, Hinkley gets his last year. Hinkley gets his last year. If they lose this next two, coach killer. Coach killer.
I think he's gone anyway.
This is massive.
I think he's gone anyway.
His contract's end of next year.
I think they're going to flick him.
If I'm sitting there and I'm Port, you just have to sit down and think, right, if we get rid of him now, you've got a proper chance at Alistair Clarkson. You get rid of him in 12 months, what are you going to do? You're taking on a new coach or a retread. That's not as good as Clarko. And hoping for a Voss like.
I hope Clarko doesn't go.
But if Port win these next two games, and Hinkley's still got the players. If they win those next two games,
what do you mean Hinkley's still got the players?
They absolutely are still. They're not turfing him out. There's not a revolt against Hinkley.
Oh, there's not a revolt, but
this will be Kosh. This will be Kosh and fans led if Hinkley goes before end of next year.
Fans are already on board, mate.
Well, the fans have been on board since about 8 years ago.
Fans done. Left when they were beating the Bulldogs. So let's.
they're
winning. They're 2 goals up and they're leaving.
Yeah. Anyway.
It's interesting to see how that plays out from a Port Adelaide perspective. But I've got Power 1-39 for what it's worth.
Same.
I've got Power 2. Boom, boom, Power.
Yeah.
That chick is dragging my down.
What's the next line?
I'm trying to cover my swag.
I'm on Port Adelaide Power.
There
you go. Bets-wise, Ollie Wines, Trav Boak, 25 disposals. Zach Butters for 20. Nick Martin for 15. Sam Durham for 15. He's
dirty Durham.
He's good. I like him. I like him a lot.
He's got a lot.
He's a real trier.
He's a grinder. Yeah, doesn't put the head down, and I'm a big fan of what he gets about. And Matt Guelphy, your man, shamelessly stole him out from underneath you. Anytime goal for Matt Guelphy, altogether $8.40.
He kicked 4 last week.
4.
And he's $1.48 for an anytime this week.
$1.48.
Well,
Sportsbet has just forgotten about him. Don't care.
They don't know who he is.
They just don't give a shit.
Guelphy always thinks it too.
The only one I had to add, because I did have Guelphy, was Butters for 20 plus. Done it in his last 5, $1.30.
I think I said that.
Good fluffer.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I love the fluffer. He fell asleep.
I fell asleep. Game's boring.
Oh, gee whiz. I tell you what. Wrap your laughing gear around all of those this week. Thank you very much for joining us for what's been an absolutely barnstorming round 22 show. Thank you very much. Like and subscribe. Thank you most kindly.
Comment any of your maths equations that you ever want to be answered, because I'm obviously the smartest bloke here. I'll answer them.
It's been proven. It has been proven.
776, baby.
Jeez Louise, I tell you. Look, gamble responsibly, of course. Jump on the socials, Armchair Advisors, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the rest of it. And we'll see you next week. Beautiful.